All right, I'm back. I'm making another video. I mean, why not? Maybe I'll start doing like Jeremy from the quartering and make like 5 or 6 a day. Uh, I don't know if that actually helps as far as getting people to watch your video, making like tons of videos. But as it turns out, I got some stuff to say today, and one is when you're working on your Trench Crusaders, right? Now, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because it bears repeating. And if you already got them, then I mean, it's going to save you a ton of money. And if you don't got them, try to get them as cheap as you can because it's going to be infinitely useful for your building your Trench Crusade, especially if you're playing like Trench Pilgrims or Heretics, right? And that magic box set I'm talking about, I'll show you a piece of it right here. This is a heavily modified castigator. He's got like big pauldrons on, and he's got like a Swiss Guard style halberd. But you see the back banner? Yeah, of course, some people might say, hey, that could line of sight you. And I would say no. If you can't draw a line of sight to the actual miniature, uh, kiss my ass, because that was the thing they did in 40K, where for the longest time, squad leaders had the banner, right? And then all of a sudden, it was like if they can see any part of the miniature, and the banner's part of the miniature, and it's like, no, it's not. But sometimes game designers smoke crack. So at my table, we will not be doing the, hey, I can see, part of your banner, so I'm going to shoot at it. No, you're going to have to be able to draw a line of sight to part of the miniature. Now, if it's even just a cape or something, that'll still count. But, drawing a line of sight to it's dumb is what it is. But anyway, the miniatures I'm talking about are flagellants. Flagellants, no. Uh, what are they? Are they? Yeah, they're the ones that are, beating themselves from the Empire, right? These guys, if you have any of these sprues laying about, or maybe you've got a little money and you want to invest in them, there are so many pieces on these that you can use with your Trench Crusade guys, like the scourges, the flails, the spiky, um, the heads, if you want. There's no reason. As a matter of fact, you could make a Trench Pilgrim army just out of these guys, and just they're all equipped with hand-to-hand weapons. There's one Trench Crusade army that they talk about in the book, followers of Saint Maurice or whichever one it is, that all they do is hand-to-hand combat. So you could 100% make an entire Trench Crusade, Trench Pilgrim army out of these sprues. The other thing, though, is you can make a heretic army out of these sprues. Because honestly, I mean, sometimes your Trench Pilgrims and your Trench Heretics, they look a little similar. I mean, they could, right? But oh yeah, parts like I dropped a miniature earlier and his Warhammer broke off. So guess what? Now he's got a big freaking flail. And I like that because I already have 2 other guys with the same shield and Warhammer thing. So you split it up, right? You got these books. Shave the twin-tailed comet off and paint it up brown and draw a little white cross on it. Or if you're gluing it to a heretic, paint it up black and draw some, demonic glyph or something on it. Good to go. Good to go, right? But yeah, these guys, their bodies make excellent wretched, like the ones that are already in the, their hands are all tied up and whatever. You could turn those into wretched. You could turn those into the guys in your Trench Pilgrim army that are going to run across the field and blow up. You know, if you're lucky, maybe you've got something that looks close enough like a bomb in your bits box that you can glue to his back. So, yeah. And if you really want to get nuts, you get sprues of these guys and then pick your favorite World War I or II historic figures. And it can be like Warlord Games or whoever, War Games Atlantic, whatever, it doesn't matter. Buy that and then throw some guns and stuff on these flagellant bodies. And then all of a sudden you've got heretics or trench pilgrims. And it's relatively cheap. It's all plastic, so you don't got to worry about 3D printing if you don't have access to that or know somebody. And if you're like of the opinion that you don't want to finance the company that made the game because their media people are all assholes, well, you get to play the game, but you didn't spend a dime with the people that you feel like hate you. And that's a good thing, I think, you know. And not only that, but make sure you make a army that you think they would dislike. Like you could go online and buy like 3D printed Donald Trump heads and put them on all your lieutenants or something, just to be that guy. I mean, sometimes being spiteful is, I mean, I'm not going to say it's good. It's not good. It's never good. But sometimes it might seem necessary. So, you know, because if you're spiteful in the right way to a person, you actually teach them a valuable lesson. You know, like if I play this game with my friends and my brother and whatever, and we absolutely enjoy it, but we play it in a way that would piss the actual original creators off, but we start filming it and having a good time. Us having a good time with their product, in spite of them being assholes, may, not guaranteed, but it might teach them to stop being assholes. Because then they might be like, well, you know, maybe we are wrong. You know, maybe having the opinions we have about these people is not good, because at the end of the day, maybe these people are just people and they just want to play games and they don't want to be preached to, or, you know, listen to your designers or whomever it is that works for your company talking shit, especially if they're not even American. If you're not American, shut up about American politics, because nowhere in the world are you doing it better. Literally everywhere in the world, your government is way worse than ours. So seriously, just shut the, you know, about that. But yeah, man, I like the idea of not spending money on people who hate me. I am a proponent of that. However, sometimes something really grabs you. This really grabs me because this game, unlike a lot of miniature games, is all about personal creativity. Like, what can you build? And I love that. You know, it has given me so much like inspiration to just build all kinds of crazy shit. And, you know, it's just, that's just it. So, you know, not that I feel like I need to defend myself, but I'm just telling you the reason I like the game is the setting is awesome. You know, because the basic thing of the setting is pretty much do the thing, you know, do the thing. Make your own miniatures, make your own lore, make your own this, make your own that. It reminds me so much of Games Workshop back in the heady days of like the 90s, I've said this before, right? So I won't belabor the point. But yeah, you buy a box of flagellants and a box of whatever World War I or II plastic troops you like the most. World War I would be better because they'll come with gas masks and stuff, and you just start kit bashing the shit out of stuff. Like take your World War I English guy, but glue, a crazy, head from the Warhammer Fantasy box set guys onto it, and then give him like, I don't know, a dagger and a hand grenade or some shit. Just go wild with it is kind of what I'm saying. And that's kind of why, despite what a lot of people have said, I'm still like totally, while I may not be pro the company that makes the game, I'm 100% pro the game, the setting, and the fact that you can just customize armies. And since your typical army is only going to be around 10 figures anyway, or so, you can on the cheap build, like you could buy the box of flagellants and a box of whatever World War I troop you like, Russian or German or whatever. And with the parts there, you could build like 2 or 3 distinct armies. It just depends, like, because the armies you build from that combination that are wearing the World War I uniforms, but running around with, flagellant clubs and torches and wild heads on, wild-haired heads on them. That could be, like an army of heretics or trench pilgrims or whatever. And then you could also have the bodies, which are barely wearing anything but rags and chains, but give them, infields or Mosin Nagants or Springfields or whatever. And all of a sudden, you've got pilgrims or heretics again. I mean, yeah, I'm repeating myself. So I'm going to end it there. Peace and love. God bless. Yeah, you could have 2 armies that quick. And you don't even have to buy the whole boxes, because you can go online and just buy a lot of stuff on eBay, just sprues. So you could go online and say, I'm going to buy, like a sprue of these guys, a couple sprues of these guys, and then maybe a sprue of these knights over here, because I want to get the knightly looking helmets and maybe I want to field some Prussian shock troopers wearing full plate armor. That's a thing. And yeah, you can just build the army however you want, and it's just there's nothing stopping you. It's just your creativity. Peace and love. God bless. Good gaming. And if this video was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up and a like. Share it if you want. If it wasn't helpful to you, I apologize, and comment on why it wasn't helpful and how it could have been more helpful, because there's always room to learn, right? And then like, subscribe, all that other stuff. But if you haven't gave this game a serious look, and you are the kind of guy that loves kit bashing all kinds of crazy stuff together, especially if were a 40K player, chances are, see, I'm rambling again. Let me just hit the end and get this uploaded. Peace and love, guys.